My precious, my precious.
Tutti pensano che sia stato io non sono stato.
Va ben oltre il compito della polizia, è qualcosa di cui neanch'io ho esperienza.
Josh Connor character says to Josh Brolin that his priest is intentionally keeping his people angry and afraid. I know what you did there. So how much do we need to get rid of people who want to keep us angry and afraid?
Well, I think we all have to work on ourselves to get better at just not listening to people who want to make us angry and afraid. I think because I think that across so many parts of society, that's such a big part of it right now. And I point the finger back at myself as well. I'm not as guilty as anybody of sitting on my phone in my own little world and getting angry at the things that it shows me, because it knows I'll get angry at them and it knows I'll keep scrolling and clicking. And I think it's a disease. And unfortunately, it's a disease that certain people have also learned is a very powerful one to harness in order to get and keep power. So I think it's a big problem that's obviously outside of the scope of a murder mystery entertainment, but it's something that these movies always try and kind of engage with what's happening in the world, and it's a big thing right now that's happening.
And speaking about that, Benoit says that everything is storytelling, even religion. Since you are a great storyteller, so do you still enjoy to tell stories in a world in which everything has a storytelling, even news? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hard because it in some ways, yeah. I mean, there's different layers of that, because when you talk about news and storytelling, there's also the type of storytelling that is obviously trying to mislead to a certain purpose, and that happens across not just news but across many different things in life. But also I think storytelling, and this is something the movie gets at also, is not necessarily lying. The best storytelling, and storytelling that actually connects with us, is trying to get at truth, and that should be all of our goals, whether we're making movies or whether we're just living our lives, which itself is a form of storytelling. When you live your life, you're taking in all this raw information from the world and you're telling it, you're filtering it through your own narrative and telling it back to yourself in a way that makes sense. That's living, that's also storytelling. And I think doing that in a way that truly searches for truth is all of our jobs.
I love the many references to Lord of the Rings. There's You Shall Not Pass. The diamond.
Happy you got that. My precious. My precious.
Yes, my precious. The diamond is like the ring. So was it intentional? Why did you want to homage the Lord of the Rings?
It's something I grew up reading. It's a very primal thing for me. But also, I mean, I think, for instance, when Wix, who's played by Josh Brolin, is giving his sermon and is saying, "You shall not pass," I think it's quite a problem that a man of faith like him is positioning himself as sort of a warlike, standing against evil type figure. I think to me that's a expression of how Wix thinks of himself. But also for me, that I don't know. I was reading Lord of the Rings when I was much too young, and it's embedded in my psyche, and it's hard for it not to come out in natural ways.
And speaking about the Josh Brolin character, they say that he has a cult personality. Other people don't in your story. Do you believe that nowadays is important to have a cult personality to be successful, or we should be afraid of people who have cult personality?
I think always fear people who have the cult of personality. I think it because it's. I mean, look, it's so often it's used in bad faith to use the word, and yeah, I think it's especially today. so many of the issues that we have are people who have come to power using a cult of personality and are using that to bad ends. So personally, I say always take 3 steps back and be suspicious if the phrase cult of personality can be applied to a leader.
And call Benoit Blanc, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Benoit Blanc. Oh my God, just have Benny show up. He'll sort it all out. Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I think this is the best movie of the saga. Thank
Oh,
you.
it's so kind.
Bye.
Thank you so much.